everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a long time that I haven't posted any videos on my channel. So today we are going to make a website. Okay, so that's a resume, or you can say a curriculum vitae or a portfolio. So this is our portfolio. Okay, so here we have our text changer as well. Okay, using our JavaScript, and here we have our get started button. Here's our menu over here. You can change this menu from here. Okay, so let's get started. So what I have here is responsive design, free website, and UX design. Okay, so these are all animation. Okay, let's open the page again so that you can see some animation. So yeah, okay, here's about Williams, and here's our portfolio. So these are all small animation you can see. Okay, so here you can contact me, or you can just send me a mail, and here we have our location as well. So this is a simple looking resume, or you can say a portfolio. Okay, you can use this as well. On the right side, okay, look, here we also have our social media button, and also a copyright of William personal profile and designed by Praros. Okay, so this is a very simple responsive website. As you can see, it is completely responsive as well. Yeah, so we'll be making this responsive website using just HTML, JavaScript, and small CSS. And here's our folder that you need to download in the video description. Okay, so here's our index.html, and here's some JS file, and also some CSS file that we'll be doing in our style.css, and these are all from the libraries. Okay, and here we have some images as well that we'll be using in our website. So just download the resume from the resume folder from the video description. Okay, so these all files are in the video description that you need to download first of all, and the source code is also provided if I reach 100 likes in my video. Okay, so after you have downloaded the resume file or the resume folder, just go to the any source code editor. So I have here a Visual Studio Code, or if you have a Sublime Text, you can open that as well, but I prefer you not to use the notepad. Okay, so just use the Visual Studio Code or Sublime Text. So after you have this window, just go to the open folder, then go to the folder, or just select the folder that you have downloaded. So I have here a resume copy. Okay, so you can see here everything is already ready for making our website or the resume or the portfolio, as you can see. So, and here we have our style .css that we are going to work on, and these are some already written codes for the rotation of our text, that is the animation for our text. Okay, so we'll be starting from our body here. So I've already given a link for everything over here, and jQuery and all the scripts that is required for making our website. So I have made it more easier for you to make our website. So let's start with our body. So what we'll do here is first of all create a div. Okay, div with a let's say ID of the full page. So this ID and everything I have written here are linked in our JS file over here. Okay, custom.js. So just write whatever I wrote in this. Okay, so we'll be starting from our home. Okay, so let's write here start home. So we'll be writing a div with the ID of the home, then we'll just create a class with the section. Okay, just copy whatever I wrote here and write the div with the class container. So and then inside create a div with the class of row, and then inside div with the class, okay, with the column of md. To md means the medium, okay. So then we'll be creating another div for the class of the column with medium of 8 with also these are all the bootstrap components or the features, okay, that we are using. The rest, let's write fade in, okay. So then we'll be writing here a data wow delay, so that will be equals to let's write 0.5 seconds. Let's write it 0.5 seconds, okay. So after doing this, we'll be writing here h1 tag, and we'll be writing here Williams, not Williams, just William, okay. Then so let's see what we have done up to here. Just do a right click on your mouse button, and you can see you have open with a live server. Or if you don't have this option, just go to the left over here, you can see the extension, okay. Then you can just download the live server, this one, okay. Just download this live server and install it. So then after doing this, you will have this option over here, that is open with a live server. So if we do this, it will open with a live server. As you can see here, we have a William. So here's a delay. If you don't see, let me just do this again. Let me refresh my page. Yeah, as you can see, we have 0.5 seconds of delay in our text, h1 text. So let's move to our next code, that is our h2 code with the, let's say, class of the rotate, okay. Then what we'll write here is a designer. Sorry, I think the spelling is wrong. So GENER, okay, designer. So here we have a amp, so developer. Then we'll give a comma, so this will give a break over here, and we'll write a UI. So amp gives you an and, okay. UI UX developer, no, sorry, UI UX specialist. Let's write this specialist, okay. So just give a comma after that. So then we'll be writing a project leader over here. Then just give a comma, and let's write a YouTube content creator. So after doing this, we'll just close our h2 tag. So as you can see, let's move on to our website. So here you can see we have our projector, yeah. So it is looking great. So we'll just move this into our right place using our CSS. So let us just finish our start home page, okay. So let me write here with a p tag, and let's write some text, let's say lorem ipsum, okay. So here we have our lorem ipsum as well. So here's our text. It is more, I think, let's reduce this. So I think, yeah, it's looking good right now. Let's reduce more. Okay, so it's looking better now. So what we'll do here is, now we'll just give a link, okay. So that is a work. So work is our next page in our same website. So when we click onto this work, it will come to the next link, okay. So and then we'll write here a class with the btn button of the default, okay. Then we'll just give a smooth scroll wow fade in up, okay. So we'll just give a fade in up, and with a data wow delay of the 1 second over here, and just write get started, okay. So as you can see here, we have our get started button as well. So when we click onto this button, it will just move down to our work, okay. So so after doing this, let me reduce the, okay, so after doing this, we'll just add one more div for the column, okay, and leave the space with the md2, leave 2 lines space, 2 columns over there, okay. So we have here 2, 2 plus 2 10, and 10 plus 2 is 12. So we have our 12 grid, and we'll be using only 8 and leaving the 2, okay. So we'll just leave like this. And so after doing this, will be, we have the end of our start, sorry, so after doing this, we have the end of start home, okay. So end of our home, let's write home. So after doing this, as you can see, we have this in our website right now. So if you have no, so if you are having problem in this, so you need to check the code again. Let me show you, okay. So after doing this, come to the style.css that we have in our CSS folder, that is in here, style.css, okay. So go to the style.css, and we'll be starting style.css, and now we'll be starting from start home, okay. So after doing this, we'll be working for the home tag, home id, let's say, okay, not let's say, here's our id that we have given here with the div id, that is id home. So we will be working on this. So just add a background with the url of the, okay, with the image, and then home bg.jpg, okay. So here you can see we have our image right now, and it is not perfectly placed, so we'll be making it perfect with, so now write the background size of the cover, okay, with the background repeat no repeat, and then we'll be adding some padding top of 120 pixels, okay, and also the padding bottom of 140 pixels with the text. So what this text align does is it will place all the text in the center. So as you can see, our text is in the center right now. So here's our page right now, okay. So we'll be working for our Williams now. So after doing this, just write the home id with the h1 tag, okay. So we'll just place a border of the 2 pixel with the solid okay, d4 3f52, okay. So this one is red with the color of the same, okay. So here's our Williams. Now let's make a display of the inline block with the letter spacing of the 6 pixels, okay. And then we'll just add or reduce some paddings with the 25 pixel, and then we'll have another 35 pixel, okay, and also give a margin of the 30 pixel and 0. So alright, so this is looking good now, okay. So now we'll be working on a h2 tag. So just do here a home with the h2 tag, okay, and we'll just give a padding bottom of the 10 pixels. Now we'll work for the bottom with the .btn class, okay. So if you don't know where's the btn, so here's our class btn, okay. So this is our button, that is get started button. So just give a background of the transparent, okay. Then just give a let's give a border of 2 pixel of solid white, and then just let's give a font size of the 16 pixel, okay. Let's see, okay, it's looking better. And just give a font weight of the bold, okay, and with the width of 180 pixels with the height of let's say 60 pixels, okay. It's looking more better. let's move it into the center. So you just give a margin top of the 40 pixel, okay, and then just give padding top, that would be like 18 pixels, and then okay, let's see. Okay, it's looking good. So let's make it hover, okay. Padding, so let's write a home over here dot btn, then write a hover, and then just give a same color, color of the same with the border transparent. This is a border color. Okay, so I haven't give here a color, so let's give a color. Okay, so after doing this, so let's add a color and just give a, let's give a transition as well. Okay, so give a all transition of, let's say, 0.4 as is in out. So this is our get started button. Okay, so it's looking good now. So after doing this, what we'll be doing here is we'll be working, so let's write here, this is the end of the home. Okay, so now we'll be working, so after doing this, we'll be working on the start work. Okay, so first of all, create a div with the class of the section, and then give a id of the work. Okay, so here's our work as well. So this link is connected with this start work id over here. Okay, so then we'll be creating a div with the class of the container. Okay, so inside we'll be creating a div with the class of the role, just like we did on the home page. So now create a div with the class of the column, and right now we'll be using a full column of the middle tutorial with the wow bounds. So these are all the features of Bootstrap, as I have already told you. So these are some small animations. Okay, so inside this, what I will write here is what I do. So let's see. So here's our what I do, and it is on the left corner. Okay, so we'll place it on the right place using the CSS. So first of all, let's finish our HTML site. Okay, so after doing this, create another div with the class of the row, and then create a div with the class, another class with the call of the md4. Okay, sorry, md4, and then another call with the extra small of the 11 with a wow fade in up. Okay, and then let's give a data wow delay of the 0.6 seconds. 0.6 seconds. Okay, so after doing this, we'll create a another div with the class of the media. Okay, then we'll just give a div with another class of the media object, media left. So after doing this, we'll be adding our icons, that is I with the class of the fa laptop, and then after this we'll be creating a div, another div with the class of the media body. Okay, so let's write a give a string tag with the class of the, let's say, media heading. Okay, media heading. Okay, then let's write responsive design and give a p tag. So let's write some text. Okay, so we make completely responsive website that can be used in any screen sizes. Sorry. Okay, so let's see what we have done up to here. So this is our home page and this is our second page. Okay, so what I do, so it is looking great right now. Yeah, and here's our menu as well. So if you click onto the get start, it will come down, as you can see. Yeah, so we'll be doing a same like this over here. Okay, for our UI and UX design. So what we'll do here is so just copy this so copy this from here to here and just paste it. So here's our another one, and we'll do this again, and we'll just change this media heading and the body. Okay, so this is our second one. Yeah, and now we'll be changing this one to the changing this laptop to the link, and here's our responsive, not responsive, this one is our, let's say, free templates. Okay, so let's leave this one like this, and we'll just come over here and we'll change this uh, FA link. Okay, once is our link, and let's okay, FA paper plane. So let's see if it works. Oh yeah, so it's our paper plane. Okay, so and let's change the media heading. So let's write UI and UX design. Okay, so here you can see we have our tree. What I do, so this is our features in our portfolio. Okay, so now we'll be using a CSS to style these all. Okay, so let's write here sorry, end of work. So now let's come to the style.css. Okay, so now we'll be starting from the start work. So what we'll do here is give a ID work, then just give a background of the 1a 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 1a. Okay, okay, just leave it here, and now we'll work for the sorry, we'll work for the h2 that and give a text align of the center. So we'll now work for our social media icons, that is ID of the work, and give a class of the media. Okay, and then let's give some margin top of the 30 pixel. So okay, let's see. So yeah, it's working properly. Okay, and we'll add some hover and everything over there as well. Okay, so let's write here a work with the class of the media, then with the FA class. So just give a border of the 2 pixel of the solid white, then let's give some border border radius of the 50%, so it will give a circular. Yeah, as you can see, and now we'll give some font size and some colors. So let's give a color of the red, and then let's give font size of the 24 pixel with the margin right of the 24 pixel as well, and let's give some width and height as well. This 60 pixel of the width, and height also 60 pixel. So let's see. So now let's move our icon in the center. Okay, so for that give a line height of the 55 pixel, and let's give a text align of the center with the vertical alignment of middle. So let's see. So yeah, it's working properly. So now what we'll do here is we'll be giving a hovering effect for this. Okay, so just copy this, copy, and then paste over here and give a colon hover. So give a background color of the white, then give a cursor of the pointer, and now we'll give a transition over here. Let's give a same that we give above. Okay, 0.4 second, all 0.4 second, ease in out. Let's give this ease in. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, it's looking perfect. Yeah, so let's see our website. Okay, so it is working perfectly, as you can see up to here. So this is the so we have one more thing left. So we haven't done anything to our heading, so let's do work with a class of the media, with the media heading. I think we haven't done anything to our media heading, so let's give a font size of the 20 pixel, and let's give some font weight as well. Let's give it 600. Okay, and let's give some padding bottom to 10 pixel. So yeah, so it is looking perfect. So this is the end of our work in end of work in CSS as well. Okay, so now move on to the HTML side, and now so move on to the HTML side. Okay, we'll be starting our about page. So this is our about section. So first of all, what we'll do here is we'll just do same as we do before. Just create a div with the class of the section and give a same id, let's say about for the about page. Okay, and then inside the same div we'll create a div with the class of the container like we did before, and inside we'll create a div with the class of the row, and here we'll just separate the column. Okay, so that will be easy. So using the HTML and CSS is very easy. As you can see, I'm doing this very easily, and if you have anything not understanding, so you can just message me or DM me in my Instagram. So I have my Instagram ID given below, so you can just message me anytime. Okay, so we'll be doing here a 0.3 no 0.9 second would be better, I think. Okay, so just give a h2 tag with the about William. So let's see, sorry. So yeah, this is our about William. So it came from the left to right. So let me refresh my page. Yeah, as you can see, so these are some very small animation that I'm being doing here to make my website look more beautiful, or my portfolio look more beautiful. Okay, so we'll be working now for the s4 tag. So let's write here designer, and let's give a amp developer. Okay, yeah, it's looking better. So now we'll be adding some text over here, so you can write by your own, or let's write here some lorem ipsum. Okay, so and I'll be writing one more lorem ipsum text or the paragraph over here. So let's see. So yeah, it's looking good. So let's just reduce the size. Okay, let me just reduce the some size. Okay, let's see now. Okay, now it's looking better. So after doing this, we'll be creating, just leave the div, and we'll be creating another div with the class of the column. Let's write here a medium 6 with the call of the extra small of the 11 with the wow features and fade in. For this we'll be writing right. Okay, so we have done here a fade in left, it will fade in from the left, so this one will fade in from right. Okay, so this is our bar, or you can say progress bar. Okay, so what we'll give here is a data wow delay of the 0.9 seconds as well, and then inside the same div we'll be creating a span with the class of the text top. Okay, and let's write here web design, and then inside the same span we'll be creating a small tag with the, let's say, 93%. Let's give it 93%. Okay, and then there's a end of the span tag, and then we'll create a div with the class of the progress bar. Okay, so let's write here a progress. So these are the features of the Bootstrap, and I'm saying it again if you don't know what I'm writing here, and just create another div inside the progress div, and then create a div with the class of the progress bar. Sorry, no spelling mistake, so this is very case sensitive. Okay, if you miss a single letter it won't work, so write it properly and carefully and slowly. Bar with the danger. Okay, and this let's give a role of the progress bar. So and then we'll give a area, so area value now would be 60. Okay, 60, that would be good, I think. So and then give a area value, area value minimum would be 0, and area value give a area value max would be 100. Okay, okay, and then just give a style of the width of the 93%. Okay, now it should work. So yeah, so it is working, and we'll be using a CSS, and we'll just make this look good. Okay, so after doing this, let me reduce the size of the screen. So after doing this, just copy from the span. Okay, copy from the span to the div. Okay, and then just copy it, then just paste it. You don't need this class over here, that is text top. Okay, now just copy this one as well, then paste it one more time and one more time. Okay, let's see. So here's our 4 progress bar. Okay, so now we'll just change the title name or the progress bar name. So let's write a second number mobile apps, and let's keep it 80%. Okay, so these are the portfolio, or you can say a progress bar as well. So this, let's write it SEO stuffs, and let's give this 73%. Let's write here width of the 80%, and let's give here 73%. Okay, and let's give this a 90%. Okay, so let's give a width of the 90, and let's change this to HTML5, CSS 3 and JavaScript. So yeah, it's looking perfect. Yeah, so now what we'll do here is, now we will just let's finish this up. Let's write a end of this is our about page. Okay, so let's zoom it. So this is the end of our about page, and if you haven't finished this, let's have a look. I've just changed this to the mobile app 80% and change the width over here. Give a SEO stuff with the 73% and give a width of 73, and just done same for the 90 and 90. Okay, so now move on to the style. So now we'll start our about page. So I've been doing this very easily so that you can understand it more far better and more betterly. Okay, so so if you have hard understanding it, please write in the comment box. I will try to improve it on the next video. So write a id of the about and then give a s4 tag. Then let's just give some padding of the 15 pixel 0. Okay, and then give a color of the same red one. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's our designer and developer. So now let's work for our progress bar. Okay, give a id of the about, then write class progress. Then we'll just give some border radius, small border radius of the 4 pixel, and give a background of the complete white. So height is let's give 4 pixel. So yeah, it's looking better. So okay, just let's give a height of the 13 pixel. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's looking good now. So now we'll just work on the about with the progress, and then progress bar danger. Okay, so we'll just give a background of the red. Okay, so after doing this, we'll be working on the about text top. Dot text top. Okay, and then just give some padding top of the 50 pixel. Okay, so after doing this, we'll be working for our about span. Okay, then just give a color of the white, then give a font weight of the bold. Okay, then let's give a display of the block, then just give some padding bottom of the 6 pixels. So yeah, it's little bit downward, so let's just reduce the height of this to 10. Okay, let's make it 6. So I think it's looking perfect. Okay, so I've just changed the height to from the 13 to the 6 pixel. So after doing this, we'll just work for some about small. So okay, let's give a some font weight of the bold, and then just give a float right. So yeah, here's our 93%, and it has moved to the right, as you can see. Let me show you. So it's on over here, and if we have right given a float right, then it moved over here. So now it is looking perfect, and we are at the end of the about page. Okay, so now we move on to our portfolio, or let's say it is a gallery. Okay, or just a portfolio, or you can say a gallery as well. So let's give here a start of portfolio. Okay, now we'll be doing same for the portfolio as well. Just create a div with the class, and then give a section and give a portfolio. Don't do a letter mistake. Okay, it won't work, so write it properly. I'm saying this again. So create a div with the class of the container, just like we did before. Div with the class of the row, then we'll create some columns, grid. Okay, with the MD of full grid, we'll be taking a full grid. Then we'll just have a h2 tag with the class of the wow bounds. So this is a features portfolio. Okay, so let's make it capital letter portfolios because it is a heading. Sorry. So here's our portfolio. So if you don't see, it bounces. Yeah. Okay, so after doing this, we'll just create another div, okay, with the column of the MD 4, and just give a column of extra small of the 6, and give a wow fade in, and give a data wow delay of 0.6 seconds. And inside the same div, we'll create a div with the class, okay, and we'll just write a portfolio thumbnail, that is, okay, portfolio thumb, that is our thumbnail, and give a image with the source of the images. Inside, give a portfolio 1.jpg. You can remove the alt and just give a class of the img responsive image. So this makes our image responsive, and create another div inside with a portfolio sorry, overlay. Okay, so this will overlay our image, and we'll just add some text over here, that is let's say web design, and then let's give a author name Rosen. Okay, so as you can see, here's our image over here, but I think the overlay is not working right now. So we haven't added our CSS, so it is not working right now. Okay, so it will work after we have done our CSS. So let's just add more images like we added over here. So we'll just start from, just copy this, okay, from the here to the third div, okay, and then just paste one time, two time, then save it. Okay, then we'll just change the image to 2, and just change this one to, let's say, web apps, and then change the author to Ericsson. Okay, and then change the third one, let's say, what do we write here? So let's write mobile app, and then let's change the author Jasmine. Okay, so let's see. So here's our portfolio, and we'll just add 2 more images over here. So just let's copy this one, paste it over here, change the MD to 6, okay, and then we'll just change this one to 4, this one to 3, this is R2, okay, and then we'll just do the same over here, just copy this one, and this is R4, just change this to the 5. This is not a mobile app, so let's make this old artwork and change the author, okay, to, let's say, Robin, okay, and just change the last one to animations to Catherine. So let's see. So here's our portfolio. Okay, so we'll just do a simple CSS to make it look better. So now this is the end of our portfolio, so end of portfolio as well, and now we'll move on to our style.css. So after doing this, we'll just start portfolio. Okay, so now we move on to the portfolio section. So let's write portfolio folio. Okay, and then just give a background color of the A1A, and then just give a text align of the center. So let's see. So okay, it is to the center, everything has come to the center. So now we'll work on to the h2 tag. Okay, portfolio with the h2 tag, and then just give some padding bottom of the 30 pixel. Now we work on to the portfolio let's work on to the portfolio thumbnail, then just give a overflow of the hidden. Okay, then let's give position of the relative and give some margin bottom. Okay, of the 30 pixel. So yeah, it is looking more better. So after doing this, we'll be working on the portfolio overlay. Okay, so just copy up to here, and then just write this, and then just write portfolio thumb to the portfolio overlay. So this is our main part. So just write a background of the red one, and just give a top 0, left also 0, right also 0, bottom 0 as well, and then give a opacity of 0 as well, and then give a width of the 100%. Okay, and then just give a height of the 100% as well. So this is a important part, don't forget this one. So this is just give a position of the absolute with the padding top of the 60 pixels, and transition we'll add this later. Okay, so let's come down, we'll add a hover effect on our thumbnail. So just copy this same, and then just give a thumb hover. Okay, so give a thumb hover, then we'll just work on the cursor pointer, and then just give some opacity of, let's say, 0.6. okay, and then translate scale, that will add just 0.8. okay, and then we'll just give a transition of 0.4s is in out, as we do before. Okay, so let's see. So it looks perfect. Yeah, okay, so this is the end of our portfolio in CSS as well. So now we move on to the next part, that is our contact part. Yeah, so that is start contact. Okay, so what we do here is same, that is create a class with a section and give a ID of the contact, then create a div with the class of the container, then another div with the class of the row. Go and create a div with the class of the column with a large 5. okay, with a 5 grid, and then we'll just create a large with a LZ and give a offset of 1. So this will give a 1 grid of a gap. Then we'll just give another call with the medium of the 6, and just do a same one with the wow fade in up. Okay, and then give a data wow delay of 0.6 seconds. So okay, and inside this we'll be giving a address. So inside the address we'll write a p tag with the class of the contact title. Okay, then let's write here contact me. Another, we'll create another p tag with the I tag, that is our icon, with the class of the FAP phone. Okay, and then after this we'll just write a number 011 222 34567. Okay, so this is our number. So here's our contact me, and here's our icon, phone icon. Okay, so we'll just do the same over here. We'll just create a p with the class of the icon, then write FA envelope. So envelope is for our email and then just give and then you can just give a Williams @company.com. so this is our email. Okay, and then now we have our phone number. Phone number we have just give our contact. Okay, and now we have our location. So FA, let's map marker, and then just write a 10101. You can write anything. Loki Park. So yeah, here's our location. So we'll just style it using our CSS later on. So we'll just create on our input box as well first of all. So after the address and the div, and create another div with the class of the column with a large of 6 columns, 6 grid, and then create another with the MD of 6 as well for the medium. So this makes our website responsive. Okay, if you don't know, with the extra small of the 10, and then we'll just use fade in up. So forget this. Wow. Okay, and just give a data wow delay of 0.6 seconds as well. And then after this we'll just add a form. Okay, that has a action none and a role of the form with the method of the post. Okay, so inside the form we'll just add a input. So input with the type text. Okay, and just give a name of the name and give a ID of the name as well. Placeholder your name. Okay, so here's our input. Okay, and I haven't give a class here, so just give a class of the form control. Okay, so here's our input. So we'll just do the same for the email as well. Just change the name to the email. So just copy this and just copy this one and then paste on the second line. So form control, the type would be email over here now, and change the name to the email as well, and the ID would be email as well, and your name, your email address. So okay, so let's see. Okay, so it is looking good. Okay. So after this we'll add a small text area for the comment box. So name would be name, and then give a ID of the message. Okay, and then just give a column, that would be 0, and then give a row of the 5. Let's save this. Okay, so it is looking good. We'll just do a CSS and make it look perfect. Okay, so don't worry. So write here a placeholder of your message. Okay. So after this we'll just create another input with the type of the send, sorry, type of the submit, and then we have a class of the form control. So I have missed a form control in my text area, so just give a class of the form control, then input with the id of the send, and then just give a value of the send me. So here's our send me. Okay, so after this after the end of the form and the end of the div, we'll just create a div, another div with the class of the md 1, and then for the small one, so 1. So leave this like this, and we have the uh, end of contact as well. So now we move on to the style.css, and if you have anything misplaced, so please look carefully. I'll wait for a while, or you can just pause the video and check your code if you have done any mistake, and if you haven't given any input like this in my screen. Okay, so now come to the style.css. So now come to the style.css and then write a start contact. Now for the contact section address, okay, what we'll do here is just give some padding bottom of the 18 pixel, and then we'll just work for the contact title. Okay, give a font font size of the 24 pixel. Font weight would be bold, and we'll add just a padding bottom. Okay, that would be 20 pixel, and then add a color that would be white. So yeah, and then now we'll just work for the icons. Okay, so contact.fa, and that would be border would be 2 pixel of solid white, then add some border radius. Okay, of the 50% over here as well, and then give some color of the red. So after adding the color, we'll give a width of the 50 pixel and also the height of the 50 pixel, and then just give a line height of the 45 pixel, and then text align would be center, and then margin right of the 20 pixel. Okay, so yeah, it's looking good now. So work for the contact, our class, that is our form control, that is our main class for the all the inputs. Okay, so what we will do here is just give a background of the transparent, and then give a border, so that would be 2 pixel of the solid white, not white, let's give it a grayish color. Okay, just not more white, not gray, in the middle, and then just give some border radius, remove the border radius, remove the box shadow as well, and give a color of the white, and then let's give some margin bottom of the 20 pixel. Okay, so remove this. So yeah, it's looking more better now. Okay, So we have our contact input. Okay, so height of the 50 pixel. So let's work for now our submit button. Okay, for that just write contact input with the type of the submit. Yeah, and then just give a background of the red with a border of the 2 pixel of the solid transparent. Then give a color of the white. Then just give some font. Okay, let's give a font weight of the bold, and then come down. We'll just add a hover for our submit button. Okay, copy this, paste it, and give a colon, then give a hover, then give a background color of the white, and then just give a color of the red one, and let's give some transition as well of the all 0.4 second is in out. So yeah, it's looking good. So this is the end of our contact as well. Okay, so after doing this, let's move on to our last final part, that is our footer. So let's write a start of footer. So this is our final section. So let's create a footer first, a footer tag, and then we'll just create a div with the class of the container. Okay, and inside we'll just create another div with the class of the row. Then inside again we'll create another div for the columns. Okay, that would be medium to 12, and then we'll write a wow fade in, and then give a data delay, so that would be 0.8 seconds. Okay, and inside write a copyright, copy RAGSTS copyright, and then give a copyright symbol 2022 William profile. Okay, and then after this okay, let's give a dot, then give a space, designed by PRAROZ. So you can write your name in here. Sorry, so here's our copyright symbol. Okay, so you can add a link as well. So just write a link, and you can just give a link over here and just place it over here. Okay, so I'm going to do this, put a link. You can put a link of your channel or your website in here. Okay, as you can see, so this is my link. So after doing this, we'll just add some line. Okay, so this is SR is a line, and now we'll add some social media icons. So just give a on order list, and with a class of the social icons, not icons, let's write icon, and then give a list with the anchor tag. So you can give your Facebook or anything you want. Okay, let's give a class of the FA Facebook. Just copy this and paste. You can give a link of your Facebook in here. Just remove the hashtag and give your link in here. Okay, URL link. So let me change this to Twitter, and let's change this one to WhatsApp. So here's my social media icons. So this is the end of our HTML site. Okay, so end of footer. So let's keep this up over here, and this is the end of website. So now move on to the style.css. Okay, and we have a small part left now, that is our footer. So let's move up, and then let's write footer. Okay, so what we'll do here is give a class footer, then sorry, I think I haven't done. So yeah, so footer is not a class, so it is a tag that you can directly like write a footer, then give a let's give a border top of 1 pixel of this solid 09 09 09. Okay, then just give a text align of the center, then let's give some padding top of the 40 pixel. Okay, and some padding bottom as well of the 20 pixel. Then let's give a footer HR, that is our vertical line, and let's give a width of the 100 pixel only. So yeah, so this is our vertical line. If you don't see, so this one is our vertical line. Okay, so after doing this, so this is the end of footer. Now let's write social media icon. Okay, so let's write here social icon. Okay, so what we will do here is just give a position that would be relative, and give a padding position that would position relative, padding of 0, and margin also 0. Okay, and then come down, we'll just work for the social icon list tag, and then just give a display of the inline block, and list style would be none, so it will remove the bullets. So yeah, and now let's give some padding, or let's give some margin. Okay, so let's write social icon list for the anchor tag, and then just give some border radius of the 50%. Color, let's choose a color of the 6060. Text decoration would be none. Okay, so it will remove the underline. So, and then let's add a text align. So let's add a text align that would be center, margin right, that would be 10 pixel. Okay, and now we'll add a hovering effect. For that, just copy this same. Okay, and then just write a colon hover, and then give a color of the red, and now we'll just give a transition of the all 0.4 second is in out, for same that we did on the previous one. And this is the end of our whole programming or coding. So this is the end of the social icons. Okay, so let's preview our website for the last time. So let's come up, so let's refresh my page. Okay, so this is the Williams profile. Okay, so here's our projector as well, and here's our get started button. Here's our menu, as you can see, or this scroll bar, as you can see. So let's click onto this get started. So it move on to the what I do. So these are all hovering and looking beautiful. So you can see we have our uh, animation going on as well. Yeah, and at the last we have our contact and our copyright. Okay, so these are all working, as you can see. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like my video, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, please do like and subscribe my channel. And I'll be posting my video for every week, and if you want anything to learn, please write in the comment box below. So thanks for watching again. See you in the next video. Bye for now.